Today is April 1st, and the Yankees have lost 2 of 3 to the Baltimore Orioles. The lowly Baltimore Orioles steal 2 games in Yankee Stadium to start the season, and there couldn't be more to discuss. Let's talk Yanks.
Jomboy and Jake. Recaps galore for weekly awards. Stat steaming hot takes. Your Yankees news with these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old Jomboy. Jomboy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old Jomboy. Jomboy and Jake.
What's up? How's everyone doing on this fine Sunday night? If you're with us in the live chat, Monday morning, if you got us on your podcast app. My name's Jomboy. I'm coming to you from New Jersey, and I have my co-host Jake coming to you from Denver. He's a transplanted Yankee fan, originally from Connecticut. And this episode of Talking Yanks is brought to you by a whole slew of cool people. Chris Garofalo. Garofalo's a fun name, Jake, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Di Benedetto. Whoa.
Di Benedetto.
Nailed it. Jennifer Smith. My kind of name right there.
Yep.
Jennifer Smith. Juan Pablo Calleja. Crushed it. Frank Tosi. Tom Davis. And Teddy Paulicki. Teddy Paulicki sounds like a Boston name.
Yikes.
To me.
Tough, man. Teddy Paulicki from Queens? You can make that a New York name really easily.
Yeah, just Paw Sox.
You're just seeing the Paw Sox.
Yeah, just seeing the Paw Sox. I mean, those are our most recent Patreon subscribers. They can get early access, live access. They get a chance to win 2 jerseys each month, one via contest, which we will have a winner, but I haven't checked the winner of the last contest, and a raffle, which I will do tomorrow. You get a free affordable jersey with no name on the back. There's some other extra features. It's $2 a month. It helps us out, makes us able to do this, really. Is that all, Jake? Is that the rest of the spiel?
I think so. I think the only spiel you're really missing is we probably have some new people out there. We probably have some new listeners. It's the first regular season series. We have a bit of a pattern coming up. If you don't know, we do after each series. So we'll have a Monday drop. We'll have a later in the week drop, whether it's Tuesday, Friday, whenever the first series ends. And we're going to have a voicemail episode that drops every Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll be here tomorrow night after the game recording it. So that's going to be late night. So tomorrow, if you're a Patreon and you want to join live, tomorrow night after the game, we'll do our voicemail app. It'll be on the podcast app Tuesdays. All right. Should we just get right into burn? How's your state? That's what we need to do first, Jake.
Yeah, I think we say, hey, how are you?
I'm a tug of war of emotions in my brain right now because I have the irrational side, the rational side. I have, whatever anyone says to me right now, I'm almost like, you're right, and shut up though, and you're wrong. Like the people that are like, it's only game 3. They're not. It's not like it's only game 3, dude. The season's not ruined. Like obviously the season's not ruined.
Sure,
we're not idiots. And then the people that are saying, "Well, the season's ruined. Like this sucks. Same old team." It's like, no, dude, that's not the case. But it's somewhere like we'll get into it. I'm frustrated, and I'm. You know what it is, Jake?
I know the answer, but I'm interested to see what you think it is.
I'm all feelings because these are big fleeting emotions, up and down, and that game right there, game 3, gave us what did my tweet say that you said should be your autobiography? Like just torture with sprinklings of hope, and then torture. And I'm like excited to have those emotions. I feel like I've been living a robot life for 3 months and just not feeling or caring, like Dennis from Always Sunny.
Sure.
And now I just got all these emotions.
Yeah.
So I'm like half excited about it, even though they're shitty ones right now. How are you doing?
A lot of torture with sprinklings of hope that only led to more torture. I'm thinking about stealing that as a potential autobiography, knocking putting from the rough off the list. We'll see. I'm all right. I think I'm rational, and even with everything that's kind of going on, that Jim, the problem is, and just summing up everything you said, is that nobody's wrong yet.
Yeah. Nobody's
wrong yet.
Because nobody knows anything
Brett
yet.
Gardner can have a great season. Brett Gardner could be terrible. Tommy Canley could be good. Tommy Canley could be awful. You could still do every range of everything because we're not into the season yet. Like, nothing's happened. We've played one series, but it's this new generation of everyone has to have the take first. So everyone's already coming at it with whoever they want their target to be, whether it's Jonathan Holder, whether it's, the Yankees management and all them. Everyone is ready to go so they can come back at first week of June and say, I've been saying this since March, okay? So nobody's wrong yet. So it's kind of a war amongst Yankee fans that nobody can win right now.
No, it's true. I can't even win it in my own brain
right now.
My own brain's fighting each other.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
You know when someone said that we say the word brain on every episode?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, someone said Easter egg every single episode of Talking Yanks. The word brain is said. They were right. Now it's
I don't know. I think that's a whole mental thing. I think they said that just to get you to think about it, and now it's in your brain, so you're gonna say brain every episode. Boom.
I think they're right.
You've been poisoned.
Yeah, I have been poisoned now.
You have been poisoned.
They poisoned my brain.
Whoa.
Okay, let's go into the burns. If you're very new to us, Jake's going to burn each game, and then we'll talk about each game individually a little bit. Then we're going to get into awards, which just is a fun way to lead into more conversations.
Sure.
All right, Jake, you have a minute on the clock. On your mark, get set, burn.
Opening day at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, and it was Tanaka Tuesday on a Thursday to get the season started, and Massa was dealing 5.1 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 5 Ks, no walks. Hey, and the man in pinstripes would give him all he needs in the first. Bow before your king. King Louis V. Monster job to center. 3-run shot. Judge and Stanton score. Andujar double play scores 1. 2 outs for 1 run. That's not as fun, but okay. Bottom 5. If you come at the king, you must not miss. And they didn't. Voit RBI hit by pitch. Followed by Andujar sac fly. 1 out for 1 run. Okay, a little better, dude. Bottom 8. Birdie, rocking everywhere. Greg Bird keeps the first base battle fun with the solo shot of his own. Ottavino to Britton to Chapman as the bullpen keeps a clean sheet. Yankees win on opening day, 7-2 final.
It was fun.
Opening day was great.
Oh my God, what a time. Take me back. It's like I'm a girl posting like 2 weeks after her spring training trip. Take me back to opening day.
TBT to Tulum 4 years ago. Just book another flight. Whoa. Tiger out of the cage there. Yeah, man. And dude, we were on cloud 9. Tanaka looked good on opening day, which hasn't been a tradition for him. The bullpen looked great. We had, we drew 8 walks. We hit a couple home runs. This was supposed to be Yankees baseball.
Yeah. It was, I'm looking at my notes from game 1 here, which is just like the shoddiest, stupidest notes ever. But
sure.
But Judge and Stanton roping singles, and then Louis V coming up, and Cashner's like, "Who's this?" And then he hits a bomb. Like, it just was. Haven't. He never played in an opening day before. Same with Glaber, same with Andujar. They never played in an opening day before. So that was a special moment for them. And then you got me now?
Got you now.
Okay. Sneak peek. You're going to edit that out. The bunch of these guys never started on opening days before. And Luke Voigt never played an opening day before. He never made a team out of camp. He's 8 years old, 27 years old. Never made a team out of camp. Opening day, cleanup hitter, Yankees, 3-1 pitch. Of course he's swinging out of his shoes. Smokes it, home run. That's an awesome story. It's a really good story. And Tank getting his opening day demons out of the way because he had been bad. A lot of that was so fun. I mean, take me back.
Take me back. And yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, Glaber's got a lot of opening days coming up. I mean, this is the season of Luke Voigt's life. Are you going to be in the majors for closer to a decade, Luke Voigt? Or are you going to be a story we joke and laugh about in the upcoming years? He came through. He's looked great. What makes him different, because you say he swung out of his shoes. His patience is impressive. His next at bat, he came up with runners on base, 2-0, and a fastball just off the plate he took for another ball. I would have been swinging out of my shoes. Opening day at the stadium, like that's the kind of memory. If you catch another one there, you're remembered forever. Forever. And I think that's probably the most impressive thing we've seen from the Luke Voigt experience.
There's two things I want to talk about here. One is just the Orioles in general. They came to task as well. They were a shit show. They made an out by getting hit by a batted ball while running from first to second. That was nice. The Orioles shit show. Then the RBI via hit by pitch. They hit Voigt. That's like shitty baseball. Then that weird infield fly double play that ended up hurting the Yankees, but Suke or whoever the catcher tried to catch that ball and miss. It was Orioles, good for you. You're bad as shit and you're playing like it. I wish it stayed that way. Wish everything stayed that way. Are you talking about Tanaka later in awards?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I mean, I'll let you swoon about your boy a little bit if you want to.
Well, I just thought it was impressive how he changed his game plan after the second inning completely. Yeah. He for the first 2 innings, he was trying to get his splitter as his out pitch, and he just didn't have it. And when he does have it, it's one of the nastiest pitches in all of baseball. But he didn't have it. It just wasn't. It was kind of flat and low. He couldn't get it up. He couldn't get it to break a lot. So I don't know, him and Gary or him and Rothschild, I don't know who made the decision, but they said, all right, well, let's open him up with the soft curveball because they're not expecting that. And then we'll use the two-seamer as the put-away pitch since they don't have the splitter as the put-away pitch. And it worked great the rest of the way. And, that's just cool to see that change on the fly. And I went back and looked at the footage and stuff, and it's pretty noticeable. Started throwing first-pitch curveballs. Tank doesn't throw a lot of curveballs. But I thought that was cool watching him pitch. We also had Ottavino's debut. We can touch – if you want to skip that, maybe that'll go in awards.
Yeah, we'll maybe circle around there. We saw Chapman come in. He was essentially coming in if the game was within 5 runs, and it was, so they used them. They had that planned out. Velo wasn't fully there. We see an Andujar throwing error, but it was on an almost really nice play, so we kind of let it go. That's how the Orioles got their other run.
And Bird could have come up with it.
Yeah, right.
They're a bad combo.
the yes announcers kind of went easy on Bird. They were saying that one of the replays, they were like, "Oh no, that's not on Birdie," and I was like, "I don't know, it's a little on Birdie."
I think it's 100% on Bird that the runner advanced to second.
Okay.
Don't you think? Because
yeah, I don't know. He's trying to make a play. Andujar's trying to make a play too. I mean, you didn't walk away angry at either of them. You walked away all right, that looked decent from Andujar, and you said, okay, Birdie tried to help him out and make the play. There was no anger in either of those.
There was for a lot of people, but not for me. Yeah, because Andujar did look good in the glove. Andujar had another play. Was it game 2 where he or game 3? Was it where he went way to his right and stabbed the ball, and then he ate. I think it was today. I think it was Sunday. He ate it and it was good. But other than that, fucking game 1 was awesome.
Jim, I'll tell you what, this is exactly what we thought. So the two players that are probably the best players on the Orioles, Villar and Mancini. Villar went 2 for 4. Mancini went 3 for 4. Everybody else didn't do too much. The Yankees, I mean, if you look at the hits, the Orioles had 8 hits, the Yankees had 9. but the Yankees had 8 walks and the Orioles only had 1. And the bullpen came in. They looked really good. This is exactly what we expected the game to look like, which is obnoxious, but it's completely honest.
It was fun. Sadly, we have to move on.
We have to move on now.
You gonna burn the off day Friday?
Off day Friday. What'd you do Friday?
I forget.
I'm trying to think. I was telling myself not to do talking Yank stuff. I ended up doing Yank stuff anyways, but it was nice.
Yeah, that's how my life goes. But I forget what I did.
Is that the day you got your ear removed?
Oh, yeah. Talk about that on Jomboy Jake Radio tomorrow. What a terrible experience.
Nice.
All right, let's burn game 2. Strap in for the fun stuff. Hi, Mark. Get set. Burn.
Opener alert from the Baltimore Birds. Nate Richard Carnes, home improvement shout out there, versus the Big Maple, James Paxton making his Yankee debut. Sorry, B-More. Yanks load the bases in the first inning, ending double play. This will be a topic of discussion. Yanks still strike first, though. New combo, DJ LeMahieu. Oh, that's a good combo. LSU boy. RBI infield signal. Welcome to New York, friend. 1-0 Yanks into the 6th. Pax looking great. Blooper, single, score a run. Gary throws one away. All of a sudden, it's 2-1-0s in a game that felt the Yankees had control of. The 7th and 9th truly sucked. Well, truly Sucre. The catcher, Jesus Sucre, RBI single, RBI double off Chad and Holder, respectively. Yanks fight in the 9th, Tulo homer. Void RBI single, not enough. Orioles used 6 pitchers, including talking Yanks' favorite, Jimmy Yacobonis, who looked good. Yankees lose 5-3.
Not a fun game. To waste the pitching performance from Paxton. This was the game 2 and 3. It's the things that went wrong. You can copy and paste them from last season.
Ooh, no, I have a good spin here, Jim.
What's that?
I saw some of the wasted Paxton start stuff. My brain's not there at all. I'm happy he just looked like he did. Like, if it was mid-season and we lose this game, I think I walk away with, wow, we just wasted a good start. I kind of didn't feel that way. He looked
Well, I think good. It's just a fact, though. We did waste a good.
Oh, absolutely. But I don't feel that way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I was fine with this because I was like, we're just going to win game 3, and there's positives to come out of this. Paxton was a huge positive, and I know we're going to talk about him later, so I don't want to step on it too much, but Paxton was awesome. The bases loaded in the first inning. I was like, here we go again. They're scared to throw pitches.
Yeah.
And then Andujar goes – he hit it decently hard, but right at the pitcher. I mean, I think it's a double play. If the pitcher doesn't get it, I think it's a second baseman or shortstop, whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's a double play no matter who fields it. And it's just, and then you think, well, they're gonna get a lot of chances. That was the first inning, and then they don't, and that's how losses went last year. That was the bad feeling, and we won 100 games last year, so there wasn't a lot of losses anyway. But the themes that we didn't like, we showed up again. Holder and Chad both let up an earned run, and that's upsetting. It's such a small sample size that you literally can't have an opinion off one appearance from a
don't tell people that.
I know, but it's the smallest sample size. It's basically one at bat.
Yeah. I mean, technically, Jonathan Holder had a better appearance than Chad Green. You wouldn't know that if you were on the internet. I mean, you're right. The bad takeaways from this game should be this felt exactly like the losing games last year. We gave up 2 unearned runs, which, if you look at the scoreboard, those could have been a big factor. Our lights-out bullpen that we rave about being the best in the league, they got touched up just a little bit, which also could be said the difference in this game. And we left a ton of guys on base. So, yeah, the defense, the bullpen, and leaving guys on base, it was kind of that holy triumvirate last year that left us frustrated, and this was copy and paste.
What frustrates you the most?
What frustrates me the most?
What frustrated you the most about this game?
Ooh, interesting question, Jim. Runners left on base. Just because, man, I mean, it landed at 11. 11 guys left on the base path. And you just look back and you say, baseball is a percentage sports, and especially with the analytics guys and the Yankees, I'm not going to target them today because this team's still going to be really good. But, you flip the coin so many times and eventually you get the result you want, and it just didn't happen today. Well, it didn't happen yesterday during that game. It also didn't happen today, coincidentally enough. And that's one of the things from last year. And you just, one swing away and we didn't get that swing. So,
yeah. So there's 11
about
left
you?
on. So that's like whatever. I'm trying to think. People need to understand runners left in scoring position a little better, I feel like. I think people
left
think
on base.
Runners left on base. I think, or risk pay, or whatever they say. I think people think it's like higher than batting average, which it's not.
Right.
If you get 12 people on base and you score 6 of them, that's really good. Like league wide.
That's incredible. Yeah, I mean, this game, in the game we're talking about, the Saturday game, I mean, the Yankees were 3 for 9 with runners in scoring position. They batted .333. So I mean, it's not.
That's league high. Like that's good.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel good. But people think of left on base and runners in scoring position like it should be around 800% or 600%. No, the Yankees did have a problem game 2 and 3. I'm not trying to lower that. I'm just saying people expect every runner that gets on base to score. That would be incredible.
Yeah, it's kind of a hellacious mix because the Yankees are clearly an OBP team. They have a ton of guys that are trying to draw walks. So I mean, the Yankees are going to put up a ton of runs this year, but there are going to be games that look bad because they're going to have more guys on base. Like it is funny because the mindset essentially would be if the Yankees only had 5 guys left on base and the other guys didn't get on base, you'd almost feel better about it in a weird way. So yeah, I mean, it's a push and a pull thing. But you just, with all that power and those guys on base, you're looking for the one swing that changes the game. And I mean, we saw the late attempted rally again, which felt nice, but still kind of hurt. This felt like a 2018 loss, full through and through.
We did get something we have to talk about here, and we got this, Jake, in the 9th inning.
Yes.
It is high, it is far, it is gone. Tulo Hitsky, the man of Troy, homers to right.
Thoughts?
It's good. It's really good. A lot of people thought when we did the Talkin' Yanks Sterling call, a lot of people thought he'd go something involving Man of Troy, something like that. So I think we had that. Tulo Hitsky, we kind of overlooked that. We overlooked that. It was so easy and good that we overlooked it.
We're very pro Sterling. I tweeted it out and saw so many people like hate this one. It's like you're not allowed to like or hate what John Sterling does.
You don't get an opinion on this.
You don't get an opinion on what John Sterling's home run calls are. He's
grandfathered in.
You just absorb them. Yeah.
You don't get a vote at this point.
Yeah. I was like, what do you think? You can't just say you don't like it. It's his.
Yeah. At the same time, he changed up Voit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Back goes Mullins, and way back on the track, on the wall. She's gone. Monument Park. How do you like that? In the first inning, Cool Hand Luke fills the void. Void hits one to Detroit.
Cool Hand Luke fills the void.
Yeah.
Void hits one to Detroit. So many people are like, what's he going to do when he's in Detroit? He's going to say Void hits one out of Detroit. Like, what do you mean? Who cares?
Yeah. We'll find a way to endure what happens when Luke Voit hits a homer in Detroit.
I like Cool Hand Luke.
Like he probably goes out of Detroit. Yeah, Cool Hand Luke is very Sterling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All his references are from like 1960s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember last year there was some shit. Who was it? Like, was it Shane Robinson? Some player last year, that hit a home run. Maybe it was Peterson. And we like Googled it. And it was a 1930s Broadway play. We're like, what the fuck?
Whoa. Maybe. I mean, Robinson was for you, Mr. Robinson.
Yeah, it wasn't
What's
Robinson. I forget what it was. But all right, now for all the fun, let's burn Game 3, Sunday's battle. I was going to use this as my motherfucker, but it's a cop-out, so I'm just going to say it now.
Okay.
Bullpenning days, openers, are a motherfucker. Yankees need to figure that out. Like that needs to be.
They're not the. Well, they are the Yankee motherfucker from outside the organization.
Yeah, from outside the organization. And I don't think it's anything. I think a lot of teams struggle with it. I don't think it's Yankee specific. I think that's why it works. That's why the Rays won 90 games last year with not a lot of talent. Because it's frustrating to play against a team that's changing pitchers all the time. You can't settle in and find a groove. If there's a whiteboard in the clubhouse with like goals, for the season, division should be one of them, and like figuring out how to attack bullpen days should be one of them.
Well, I think, this is as far as I'll go into analytics. Picture a reliever that one out of every 3 or 4 days he has a bad day. I mean, that would be if you go clean sheet, 1 earned run. I mean, that's what is that, a 3.33 ERA, something like that. Yeah. But it's almost like you go 2 for 3. If you throw an opener out there and it succeeds, like you already feel like you've won something, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean. I hope by the end of the season we're not dreading them as much as we were by the end of last season.
Yeah, and hey, if this Yankee team gets where it wants to get to, a lot of the teams at the end that were in it at the end last year didn't really use openers. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, let's burn Game 3, Jake. Hi, Mark. Get set. Burn.
Game 3 sponsored by Trojan because it's the rubber match. Jay, what's happening versus Dylan Ted Bundy, who is killing the Yankees on a rainy Sunday, aren't they all? Feared hitter Renato Nunez hits a 3-run shot after a 3-hour delay. Life is pain and the worst imaginable start for the Yankees fan. Trey Mancini twists the knife with a single-run home run, 4-0 O's. Yankees would rally in the 4th. Gardy Party, 11-pitch walk, most pitches by a Yankee in a walk since 1997. Baseball. The Judge gets Means on John Means, a 2 RBI single off the O's reliever, 4-3 after 4. Okay. O's RBI single off of Sessa with the most Sessa performance ever. It's 5-3 O's. Release the Kraken. Fly me to the moon shot. Gary makes it 5-4. The not highly regarded Joey Ricard, Oppo Taco 2-run homer. Bad day for Tarps all around, including Steven Tarpley, who gave it up. 7-4, bottom 9. Yanks are rallying. RBI single by DJ LeMahieu. Winning run at the plate. Pinch hitter too low. Strike 3. Yankees lose 7-5. Hap, Sessa, Tarp, Canely.
Man, you got me excited again. And then then we lost. Can you run through the intro there? Just the first 4 lines of that burn again.
Game 3, sponsored by Trojan because it's the rubber match. Jay, what's happening versus Dylan Ted Bundy, who is killing the Yankees on a rainy Sunday, aren't they all?
There, that's all. That was nice.
Okay.
That was nice.
Thank
I like
you.
that.
Yeah, and I think this is a good part of the podcast. I almost preface this with, if you're looking for 2 guys to hate on the Yankees organization or, Rip Holder or Gardy or Gary or anyone that you're looking for an anger outlet right now, you're at the wrong place. I'm sorry. We're going to have fun, win or lose, except when it's really bad, like the Boston Massacre last year.
Yeah, we've had some episodes that like I will never listen back to them because I'm like, oh my God, we're pathetic losers.
I think even by the end of the Boston Massacre, we tried having some fun. But yeah, man, brutal retweet, copy 2018 lost. I mean, retweet bullpen stuff, retweet everything. Bad.
I got a question for you before we move on to this game.
Sure.
You think a rain delay is a bad day for the tarp? Because I always thought the tarps would be like proud that they get to provide the service. Like rain, I always thought the Tarps were happy when it rained.
Tarps are notoriously lazy. They hate doing anything. They need to be rolled out every time.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't know. I wasn't up to date with the
Yeah.
Tarps' feelings. What do you want to talk about this game, Jake? I mean, Hap, I will get to him later, but bad. And then,
yeah, I mean, and on the internet, everyone was turning against everyone because, again, everyone is currently right. If you hated Brett Gardner for getting on base 2 out of 5 times, I don't know what I have for you. 14 runners left on base, Jim, 2 of 12 with runners in scoring position. I mean, that is bad.
That's bad. That's bad.
That is bad, and it's. I don't want to say it's literally everything. And, you know, I will say this now, and I know you don't care, and I know I don't care, but people kind of care. If you're mad at the Yankees, we're still ahead of the Red Sox in the standings. They lost to the Mariners. This is baseball, people, and you kind of need to come to grips with that. We saw another bad Sanchez throw, so those people were out.
He's tailing them. So I actually think that's
tailing them hard.
Tailing them real hard. It seems like it should be fixable. Like, because it just feels like he doesn't have a good grip on the ball. And Boone said, well, Boone was asking, he's like, no, I think he'll correct that. But yeah, they're coming out like almost a change-up grip in his hand. That could just be 2 in a row. That was weird. He's never had a problem with his throwing. So I would think that we see that not go. Like, I think the first one, he tailed it, and he was like, whoa, that was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Like, that's not usually our throw. Now the second time he did it again, he's got to be like, okay, well, I need to attack this now. I didn't realize it was an actual problem. I'm doing something different. I think that's how Gary has to figure that out.
Yeah, hopefully we don't mention Gary's throwing ever again, because if we do, going to be tough for your hat there.
Yeah, maybe he can only do one because his blocking has been better. Like, I don't think he had a pass ball wild pitch. So maybe it's like, okay, giveth, taketh. I hope we just get giveth eventually.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, what do you say? There's a ton of runners left on base. It always felt like we were one play away. We had that. The Yankees opened up with the worst approach ever. I guess we should talk about that. The first 2 innings, everyone was trying to hit a 5-run home run with nobody on base.
Yeah.
I mean, just awful at bats.
It took until Glaber to have that like mid-pitch adjustment after he grinded on a bat, and then DJ LeMahieu to be like, hey, we can work counts.
Yeah.
We can make them throw pitches, and we can hit singles. I know home runs are fine, and I don't buy into like you need singles. We need a balance, and I actually have like that's a big turn in my brain where I'm kind of fully on board the balance. Like, I love our big hitters, but I was truly scared of Judge, Stanton, Voit, Andujar, Gary. Like, at this game, there was 2 times through the order where, not really Judge, but Stanton, Voit, Andujar, Gary. I don't like all 4 of those being next to each other.
Yeah, Andujar didn't look Andujar-ish. Like, normally I was going to say, like, to kind of give you a theory to build upon, it would be something about having Andujar, LeMahieu, and Gardy at, like, specific spots in the lineup to make sure you almost have a contact guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when we're healthy, put DJ and Hicks, have them rotate lead off and third depending on the pitcher, right? Or something. And then you can put Gardy at the 9 hole, and you can put Glaber in between the 6, 7. You can put him 6 or 7. But I'm all for. Like I've said for 2 years now that I don't care about the lineup that much. I'm somewhat changing. Like, I want balance, because it was basically this game was Bird wasn't hitting singles, but Bird was having good at bats all game on Sunday.
He should have had 3 walks. His first strikeout was the worst call of the game. Yeah,
terrible. And I was happy for him that he like turned around and was like, "No, fuck you, CJ."
Yeah,
that was a terrible call. But this third game, I was more excited for Bird, Glaber, DJ, and Gardy at the end once Gardy, got going than I was, and I was kind of petrified of Voit, Andujar, Stanton, or Voit, Andujar, Sanchez.
Yeah, they were overswinging a little bit all the game, and it's easy to sit on your couch and say, like, don't swing for a home run, especially when Gary ended up getting one. But yeah, it just seemed like those three were doing a little too much. I agree with you.
I also don't. I'm not really like saying I want the home run hitters and our fucking monsters to change their approach, because I like their approach. I think it works, and it still is good and helps the team. But I'm after 3 games. And we'll see where I go. I reserve the right to change my mind at all times.
Sure.
Right now, I would like to see Glaber or DJ LeMahieu sprinkled in more.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough to take DJ LeMahieu out of the lineup if he's playing like that. 2 hits, 2 walks. And, man, I know – thank God he was in that 9-hole so we could get that rally going late, right, everyone? And, man, it's funny – some of the small stuff in baseball, I'm not going to do my next generation of baseball fan things right now because we don't have the time. I'll save it for a mid-year White Sox series or something. But yeah, I mean, appreciating what some of these different guys are doing out there. And LeMahieu, man, that one Gardy at bat, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I want to go right now, Jim. I think the only thing popping in my head is like Tarpley right now, which sucks. Because I don't want to kill the kid for pitching, but Jim,
he shouldn't have been in. I don't think he should have been in that spot.
Britton in?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone can agree. Boone said that early on they need to use a lot of these guys because they don't want to wear people down, and that's the same shit we heard last year. Last year we had Holder blowing games for us the first week, and I mean it's just Gary hits that home run off the changeup from hell, the best changeup in the history of changeups that they refused to hit a single off of.
Yeah,
that was frustrating. I mean, it was a good changeup, but come on, try it. I don't think it's that good if you try a different approach or whatever. But so Gary finally sits on one, boom, crushes it. And then just I was like, all right, we're definitely coming back. That's where I was. I was like, we are going to come back and tie this game when we're just down 1 with 2 to go. They go to Tarpley. And it doesn't make any sense. It's early and they want to burn guys out. I think they got Britton up at one point. I don't like it.
Yeah, I guess one of the philosophical things, and again, we're 3 games in, folks, but the Means guy, John Means, he came out of their bullpen. He threw like 77 pitches, something like that, 79 pitches out of their bullpen. We didn't know if we'd see him today. Givens came in. He threw 49 bullets, his most ever. And Jim, I just feel like, and we don't have to deep dive into this, but there are still parts of the Yankees that feel too much like a planned business organization and not like a baseball team. Like, when's the last time we had somebody come in and give a John Means performance? Like, hey, dude, you're twirling it pretty good right now, and we need bullets. Go get it. I mean, do you say that with Sessa today?
Yeah, Sessa kind of today, yeah.
He looks solid. He gets – I was a little surprised he got the 3rd inning. They got thrown in for the 4th, which, I don't know. He gives up – we see another earned run on the board today, so –
Hey, he won people, our fantasy challenge every series. He was the reliever. So if you don't know, head to the website tomorrow and join. Every series, you get to choose 1 outfielder, 1 infielder, 1 starter, and 1 reliever. Sessa had the most Ks out of all relievers in this series. And someone chose him. The winner chose Sessa.
They went the innings route. I respect the game. Yeah, man, I don't know what you say. We 14 runners left on base, 2 for 12 runners in scoring position. Happer didn't have it. You could point at rain delay. You could point at gopher balls. I don't know what you want to point at. Why did Tarpley come into this game? And it felt like, just like so many games last year, if the Yankees had 1 more inning, you'd be like, oh, we got them. And they don't have it. It's not a 10-inning sport.
It's nice that they make every ninth inning exciting, and they make opposing teams sweat every ninth inning. But
if
it'd be
they
more
want
fun.
them,
Yeah, I know. What? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Need one more inning. Damn. All right, want to move on to awards?
I think so.
Think we're ready?
I think so.
First award is too quiet. First award is
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees. Yeah.
Pride of the Yankees. I will be going first, Jake. I'll take the honors. And this is an interesting one because I kind of locked this one in. Before the third game started.
Okay.
And we'll see. My pride of the Yankees is Aaron Judge.
All right. Wow.
And it has nothing to do with his stats for this game, which he had 4 hits, 333 batting average, 2 RBIs. It's because after the first loss of the season, he came out and he said,
every single game, because, in the playoffs, especially in 17 when, going down to Cleveland and Houston 2 games, our backs were up against the wall and we came out and, played our butts off. So, that's got to be our mindset, going into this last game with our backs against the walls. We can't take anybody lightly. Just got to capitalize on, situations when they come up. Every game is important, because you can go at the end of the year and look back at how many, last year we did that, so many missed opportunities and games that, we should have won, but we just didn't come up with a big hit or, costly error, stuff like that. So, every single game is important.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we heard that, and I was shocked to hear it. We said this on the pregame show too, but I want to go more into it. I was shocked to hear Judge say this because I thought their whole mindset was not that, like on purpose. And last year it was. Last year Boone said, we're not going to chase wins every day. Like those are words he spoke into a microphone and said that was their mentality and philosophy. We're not going to chase wins every day. And they won 100 games, but they didn't win the division because they didn't chase wins every day, and the Red Sox did. And I was like, okay, but I guess that's just how they think a loosey-goosey, more fun vibe is better. So to hear Judge say this after the first loss of the season is great. I love it. I need to see it. Last year they said we're not going to chase wins every day, so they said it. And then guess what? They did it, and it was really frustrating. So now I'm hoping they're saying this, and I'm hoping they're going to do it. And it's tough to come out the next day with a loss where we kind of saw some of the more like bad approaches and the bullpen decisions didn't really follow through with this. But, I mean, he is the leader in that clubhouse, so what he says should set the tone. So I was so happy to hear this. And then Boone said, our goal is to beat some ass every day. He's like, these are great quotes. You can, and the main goal is to do them. But before you do them, you have to declare that that's what you're trying to do. So I'm happy that it's been declared this early in the season. I hope we see it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little don't talk about it, be about it. Not as a shot at the big man. It's nice he said it, but dude, we saw Stephen Tarpley come in today. Which again, hey, I know Judge isn't making the calls to the bullpen, but if that is the team mentality, then I think we're still bumping heads. Because why wasn't Zach Britton in this game today?
I think Judge went rogue because Boone said in his comments like, "Yeah, well, we don't really want people to know what we got going on," and he like kind of skirted it. So I think Boone is still trying to do that. We're not going to chase wins every day, but Judge is the leader, and if he can get the players to buy in, then I would just like seeing it. If they won on Sunday, then this would have been the easiest pride ever. You know, would have been like, nice, Judge said it, they did it. But yeah, be about it. You're right, but step one is declaring it. You know, now we got to. They got to hold.
I got to see it.
They got to hold themselves accountable.
I wish he had access to the bullpen phone. That's all I'm saying. But no, it is nice. He had a solid series, and I mean, even with what looks like a tougher game today, he did have the 2 RBI single, 4 strikeouts. But he puts together a really nice series. We didn't get the gopher ball that Yankee Stadium was ready to tear down. Hopefully, he gets a couple maybe against the White Sox in the next series.
Yeah. All right. Who's your pride?
My pride of the Yankees, I think it was kind of an easy one, and I don't know if it will surprise people, but I'm going James Paxton. It was his Yankee debut in the stadium after the Sonny Gray fiasco that people wanted to compare it to, just to compare it and want to be first on it if they did. He looked incredible. Couldn't it be more opposite than Sonny Gray? Never mind lefty, righty. He works fast. He's top 5 fastest pitcher in the majors.
The game sped up. That game
Yeah.
on Saturday, the new commercials, I can't pee now.
Yeah.
The new commercials are ruining my piss game during games. Like, I had to sit on it for 3 innings until it was dire, and then I had to miss some pitches because the commercials are like 30 seconds quicker now. And then Paxton was working so fast, it was a delight.
Are you talking about your pee schedule in the middle of my pride of the Yankees?
Yeah.
Because it sounds like you are.
Yeah. Some things are important.
Paxton comes out in his first start. We know he throws a ton of fastballs. Jimmy, his slider looked better than I expected. I don't know if there was any working with CC or maybe it was that Mariano cutter work everyone put in during spring training. His slider looked good. And Jimmy, I'll say this. He has the highest potential to have the best season of any of our starting pitchers. Talent-wise, he's viewed slightly above Tanaka with Severino out. I mean, Severino's not going to be allowed to pitch 6 innings till mid to late May if the Yankees let him. So, I mean, James Paxton has the highest potential to have the best season of any of our starting pitchers. He looked really good, man. So I'm excited for him. I'm happy for him. He looks like he enjoys playing in New York. He was feeding off the energy, and I just listened to him in R2C2. We liked him and Happer's personalities. If you haven't listened to that, it was. I don't want to be rude to Ruco and Cece because they're both kind of friends. It was better than we both expected. I told you to tune in. You were like, "Yo, this is good."
I didn't expect a lot from Hap, and that's mean. But
yeah.
But he actually didn't give a lot, but I love that.
we like that about him. But anyways, James Paxton looked really good.
All right. There you go. Now up for
You Yankee motherfucker.
my Yankee motherfucker is the guy we were just talking about, Hap.
There you go.
Sevy and CC are hurt. You're Mr. Reliable. Your consistency. You weren't worried about your spring training. We weren't worried about your spring training. Go for balls. 3 runs to the Orioles right away. Dig a hole. Dude. We're chasing wins every game now, Hap.
Yeah.
Catch the net. Fall in. It just sucked. The rain delay, I kind of like the rain delay, to be honest.
Ooh.
It's a day game, and I was like, all right, I got more things I can do. I can go get some. I could eat. That's why I liked it. I went and got food.
Okay.
And then just like, all right, cool, baseball's on. Finally, they're going to play this game. Oh, shit, wish it got rained out. Like, come on. So, and 3 starting pitchers, Hap's the one with the bad performance. So, boom. Easy motherfucker, in my opinion.
He had the bad spring, so I guess he got to raise like a little eyebrow there. I'm pulling the rain card in the opposite way. I mean, rain delay is supposed to be your first start of the year. Athletes are creatures of habit. You come out, you get a 3-hour rain delay. The upstart O's come in and get you. It's tough. If Hap has another bad start, I'm going to start to be a little concerned with how spring training went for him. But as of right now, I'm washing my hands and saying rain delay game. Give me a good one next time, Happer.
All right. Who is your motherfucker?
My Yankee MFer. You know me. I like to do this Band-Aid style. And I'm just going to do it because the people would be mad if I didn't do it. I'm going to give it to Brett Gardner. We saw him put together the great at-bat today. I'm not even mad at Gardy. I'm mad at the people in the world that are mad at Gardy. Guys, this is one series. Did Gardy have a tough year last year? Absolutely. We're not denying that at all. Is there a chance Brett Gardner can have a good year this year? Absolutely. He had a really strong spring training. This was the first series of the year. We saw in this final game he put a couple at bats together. I honestly just don't want to see Yankees internet head into a Brett Gardner war because it's not worth it, especially when Aaron Hicks comes back. We'll see what kind of regularity and moving parts there are in the outfield. So yeah, I mean, Gardy, he didn't have a great series. Well, he didn't have a great first 2 games. His third game was actually pretty solid. That's how early we are in the season, people. Gardy's 1 for 3 on having good games. How about that? So yeah, just put your swords away from now. And I'm rooting for Gardy, but no, at the same time, if Gardy puts an April together that looks like the end of last year, yeah, I'm going to be big on Stanton playing mostly in left fielder. And
That's what
Brett,
we said.
I know, but I think people need to hear that because they feel like they haven't heard that. So guys, baseball is it's a fickle, crazy sport. Tommy Kahnle walked 3 and then got out of the inning in his first appearance in the season.
Hey, let's step on future awards.
Well, it could have been my future award that I'm stepping on. So baseball's a wild sport. I feel like I defended Kahnle this year. I felt the tweets coming, people about to come at me for Kahnle, and then he gets out of it. Put the swords away, everyone, for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And then we can make some educated decisions together.
I said in like the PPP, I don't know, all over Talking Yanks, wherever we're talking, I said I'm going to give Gardy April. I said I want to give him April to see if it was age or if he's declined or if it was an off year to see, you know what I mean? And then from there, I said I want them to rest him a lot more than last year so he can stay a little more fresh if he's playing well. And if he's not, then he's the 4th outfielder. And I had people ask me, what do you think now after the 2 bad games?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean, what do I think now? I'm still giving him April. It's 2 games.
Same thing.
I think the same exact thing.
Same thing.
Now, if he didn't come through, he got that walk, which was a good at bat. It was an 11-pitch bat. It's not like a 4-pitch. You didn't see anything. Walk. He grinded out a walk. He passed the baton to Judge. You got 2 RBIs. If he didn't come through there, Jake, it would have been like mayhem.
Oh yeah.
And then he gets a single his next at bat. So it's like, all right, let's just wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what got to me. People after the 3rd inning were saying like, "Whoa, Brett Gardner, bad game." I was like, "This guy's gonna have 3 more plate appearances. He got a single and a walk in him." So yeah, I don't know. That's that's like a MFer. Like I'm punching Gardy, but I'm actually behind my back. I'm punching Yankee fans. Like settle down for a couple weeks. That's all we need. What do you think about them pinch hitting for Tulo? Is kind of the right move, right?
Yeah, I was fine with it.
You have to do it. It's the righty. It's the guy who homered in the 9th inning. Lefty on lefty, going to lefty versus righty. You had to. I think I don't know if we're Gardner stands or people just that want Yankees to do well, but everyone was picturing him getting the big hit there for a second. Then it happened. Yankees lose.
Never had a walk-off in his life. Anyway, all right, next go. Let's move on to regular old awards. Do we have a sound effect for these? Okay. My first award is the new toy award.
I should have went first.
New toy. Why? Who do you think getting it?
You're going to LeMahieu.
DJLM.
Yeah.
Cashman and the analytic team have a new toy, and they're excited. They thought he could play third base. They didn't know he could play that third base.
Yeah.
On Saturday, man, he made a ton of plays. He made a ton of plays. And then the way he swung the bat both days, seeing pitches, working counts, hitting, like it's just 2 games. He's going to be a lot of fun for the analytic team. Well, let's bat him leadoff. Well, let's bat him third and split up the big power hitters. Well, let's play him at third base. Let's play him at second. All right, fuck it. Let's play him at first. And you said that you thought he could become a fan favorite because of his playing style during his PPP. Yeah. And I said it's hard to become a fan favorite when you're such an outsider with all the homegrown players we have. But I think I'm wrong, and you were right. I think if this 2-game set that we saw, which is so crazy to say, and we understand that, but that's all we have to, like Jack Curry said, all we have is 2 games to dissect. So that's what we have to dissect. if DJ LeMahieu and what we just saw in these 2 games, if that's a little bit of everything he's going to do over the course of the season, he's going to become a fan favorite.
Yeah, and for all the spring training people out there, LeMahieu had a terrible spring. He had a terrible spring. He comes out in the first couple games, and he goes, 4 for 6 with a couple walks. Looks really good at the plate, has better plate discipline than I expected. I expected because he was such a high-contact guy that he kind of wasn't going to be a work the count. I didn't expect him to be Altuve swinging at everything, but he had a good eye, man. He was working the at-bat. And Jimmy, you mentioned the 2-game span. When he came up in the 9th inning with 2 outs, he was the guy I wanted at the plate.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
It's nuts. It's insanity. I thought about dropping that as a question to you. I think we still revert back and we're like, yo, it's still like Judge there. But within that game, DJ LeMahieu, in the 9-hole, it worked out that he was there, by the way, people. Had a nice hit to keep the rally going. So, yeah, man, you're right. It totally is a shiny new toy, and I think the Yankees are going to even push the envelopes on what they can do. I just want to say this. We saw with Neil Walker last year that it is tough to be in and out of the lineup. Man, you, me, and Michael K, we believe in hot. And, if DJ LeMahieu isn't starting tomorrow, I'm sorry, I'm going to be displeased. I don't know who it is. I don't know if you give one of the young guys a day off or if you double sit Tulo or something. But, DJ LeMahieu was, one of our best players in the past 2 games. Put him out there. And, Jim, the other thing, the hitting's great. And you mentioned the third base defense. At second base today, he's a Gold Glover. He's the most reliable guy in the infield. You look around, if it's Bird or Voit at first, they're both slightly flawed there. Glaber's good, but Glaber's young. We know we're going to see some more puppy dog Glaber this year. And Andujar's Andujar. So it's kind of funny. You see a ground ball in the infield, I want it at DJ LeMahieu. So This guy's hitting on a number of levels.
Yep. All right. That's my award. Sorry I stole it from you in your face.
It's a good award.
Yeah.
It's a good award.
You had one lined up for him? Did you have a name for it?
I wasn't as good as that one, so I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Woo!
Woo!
What do you got?
I'm going to go with, I come in hot on the awards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with your starting AL All-Star first baseman.
I forgot that your awards are just starting. Is this a future starter or is this?
This is this year.
Okay, so and it's just the Yankees.
Excuse me?
Starting AL first baseman? You mean All-Star game?
Yes.
You didn't say All-Star. You just said starting first baseman. Okay.
AL All-Star. Yeah. I think I said some of those words in there. It's Luke Voit, man. And I know you're giggling right now, but I think the fans still get to vote a little bit. So New York behind them.
I'm not giggling because I don't think it can become true. I'm giggling because I forgot that your awards are just the All-Star starter. Tyler Austin won this 7 times last year.
He won it once, and he's going to win it in the NL in a couple years once he gets over to the lesser league. But get over that. Luke Voigt's going to be the AL starting first baseman. I mentioned this in a blog I wrote over the weekend. Jose Abreu has kind of been penciled in as an AL starter or an AL first baseman for the All-Star game the past couple years because he's a really good player, and the White Sox have to send someone too. Mitch Moreland was an All-Star last year. If you don't know, Mitch Moreland had a 740 OPS. He hit 16 homers last year. Voit almost out-homered him. Voit had one less homer, I think, in a little under 200 less at-bats. Voit looks legit, man. His patience is unreal. The power is obviously there. I am interested to see, Jimmy, because what you said earlier was completely right, that during this game, I lost confidence in Voit, which I think is unfair because it's still a baseball game. But I did. When he came up against Givens, I wasn't oh, man, Voigt's going to find one here and catch one. I was I don't know. I didn't believe in him. I don't know if it was just the matchup or what I saw earlier in the swings that game. But yeah, it's a little bit. You got to do some math of who the AL first basemen are. It's a little bit. He's playing in New York, but I think Luke Voigt is a good baseball player, and I think with the lack of depth at first base in the AL, I think you're going to see him there.
Likely, because there's not a lot of competition. Imagine that story.
Said that.
I know. I'm saying that's why I'm doubling down on your point. I think I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't have faith in him, because he did come up with a single earlier. He like worked the count full and hit a single, but my mind was just like, give it to the grinders, give it to the grinders. But Voigt can work counts fine. Saying that this third game just fucking, sorry for swearing so much. Some people really don't like that, I swear.
Yeah. Voigt, Andujar, and Sanchez were overswinging all game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Andujar got some hits, but I don't think it's damning. I don't think anything's damning. That's the whole point.
He had the one hit too.
Yeah, he's a little fisted it.
But yeah, just I don't know. Again, overanalyzing the first three games, but watch out for Louis V, man. He's in the middle of the lineup. He looks great. Lack of AL first baseman. Luke Voigt All-Star.
I have 2 awards queued up, so I'm going to let you – we're going to go snake draft right now, and you can take the next award.
Okay. Oh. So you're worried about me stealing one? Or you want to do 2 anyways?
No, I'm just giving it to you. I'm not worried. I want you to steal one so I don't have to make a decision.
Wow. I don't like that. Can I pass? I need you to, if you're going to be the first awards guy on Sundays, I need you to bring more than that. I can't have you getting bonus awards every week.
Fine, I have 2 awards right now, but you kind of stepped on one.
Well, then we talked about Canely. Do the other award.
Canely was going to win the Rude Award.
That's a terrible award. I would have just saved you face with the people.
He sent me into a pit of despair. I'm going to this is the I'm a Real Boy Award.
Ooh. Well, we know it's not you.
What do you think it is?
I'm a real boy. Ottavino, Talkman for his pinch run appearance. What do you got?
Tulowitzki.
Oh, nice.
He's a real boy. Not a little
real
wooden
boy.
Puppet broken kid anymore. He got his first double. He says he didn't get emotional on second base. You did, Troy. It's cool. We saw it. We liked it.
Yeah.
The whole thing. He's back. He made 2 really good plays. In the first game, he made a play going to his left, covering for Glaber, a ball that Tanaka bounced off his glove. And then in the game 2, DJ LeMahieu dove for that one ball, missed it, and Tulo stayed with it, fired home to save the run. It was really nice plays. We made 2 good defensive plays and hit the home run, had a double. He's real. As much as you and I fought it, and we did, we can't. Anyone that listens to the show knows how much you and I fought the Tulo experiment. It's real. It's happening. And he's kind of, it was like a garbage time home run, if you want to call it. It wasn't, people were saying it's a cheap home run because it went to right field. It was 360 feet, so it wasn't. So you can shut your butts with that.
And if you like the Yankees, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, that right field's been there. Get over it.
Yeah, man. So, he's real. He's playing baseball. He hadn't hit a home run in like 3 years. The whole story about how his 5-year-old son had never seen him play before.
Yeah, that got you're in my heartstrings.
Yeah. I just imagine his son bullying him. Like his 4-year-old son. He's like, yeah, you play baseball. I'm a baseball player. I never seen you play, Dad.
Yeah, no, you're a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah. You can't even walk.
Billy's dad is an accountant. He goes to work every day, okay?
Yeah. You wear basketball shorts and you use crutches. You're not a baseball player.
We just watch baseball. You're just a fan of baseball, Dad.
His 4-year-old son's a real prick.
He's a jerk, man. Duo's son's a jerk. Fremont.
All right, who's your award?
I got the Homecoming Award.
Okay.
Kanye West.
Otto.
Do you think about me now and then? Fireworks in Lake Michigan. Yeah, I thought about doing something fun with like the reliever from New York that plays in New York. That's not Dellin Betances, but that wasn't great. So it's just a homecoming. Ottavino, man. The stuff is as advertised. And man, if you had to do, Chapman's the closer, right?
Correct.
If you had tomorrow, everyone's rested and healthy, and we need the eighth inning, pitch. Maybe excluding Dellin, because he's not healthy right now. Everyone currently on the roster, and you needed the best eighth inning you could get. Which reliever would you pick?
It's Ottavino right now.
It's Ottavino right now.
There's a lot of stipulations. Like no Chapman, no Betances.
No, I said Chapman's the closer.
Okay.
Just assuming Chapman's the closer. Even if Betances is healthy, I have a case of forgetting how good Dellin is when he's right. And all we've seen from Ottavino is 1.5 appearances where he got everybody out. Man, his stuff looks wiffle ball. It looks like when it all comes together for an athlete, kind of the analytics and, the Astros have their room where they teach pitchers how to use pine tar and being healthy and just it all coming together. That looks like Adam Ottavino right now. Like after seeing his first appearance, I was saying, if you're a Red Sox fan, you have to be killing yourself that you didn't get that guy, because he looks so good. He's probably going to end up closing some games for the Yanks this year. And he's a hometown guy. Good story.
Good story. He's kind of like talks in a very boring manner. I watched a special on him on Yes Network where he talks about his lab like 5 times today. So I was kind of getting sick of it.
Okay.
Like, come on. I know all about your lab.
It's all about the lab, bro.
Rain delay's fault, not his fault, though.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Since it is the first series, I'm going to go quickly down the list right here, Jake.
Okay.
And you're going to have these answers, okay?
Sure.
Good. All right. That's number 1.
Okay.
Waiting.
Good, all right is one answer?
Yeah, it's 1. This is what you have to say.
Good, all right is one of the choices. Okay.
Yes. And then next choice is waiting.
Good, all right. I've got to write these down because that's the bizarrest start to a multiple choice I've ever had. I keep those 2 words in very separate buckets. Good, all right, waiting.
That's only 2. Those are the only 2 options.
Those are the only 2 options?
Yes. Okay. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go. Gardy.
Waiting.
Judge.
Good, all right.
Stanton.
Waiting. A surprising waiting.
Voit.
Good, all right.
Andujar.
Good, all right.
Gary.
Waiting.
Bird.
Waiting.
It's good, all right. He looks pretty good at the plate.
But you have to wait. I'm sorry.
That's good.
The body of work behind it, you have to be waiting. So I just did.
Fair counter.
That was my thought process with Andujar. Like Andujar this series looked like waiting, like I want to see more. But what Andujar did last year and how okay he looked at defense, he deserved a good all right.
Okay. Glaber.
Good all right.
I'm going just good. Too low.
You can't. Good is not an option. Good all right. Because of the defense, not the home run.
LeMahieu.
Good all right.
Romine.
Good all right.
Tauchman.
Secret third option. So over him. I hope he's good. I haven't said anything mean about him. I hope he's good. Root for guys in pinstripes. But damn Mike Tauchman right now.
I wish he was a little more attractive.
You don't think he's good looking?
No.
I'm trying to picture it
fully
in my head.
I only saw him once on first base, and I was like, that's what he looks like. Okay. Noted.
You know what it is? I think he's been a beard guy for years. Like if you just Google Mike Talkman, he's got a pretty sharp look with the beard.
He doesn't look like he's a fast center fielder, but I think he is. I think his face doesn't scream I'm an athletic center fielder.
He doesn't look like a speedster.
Yeah.
And that was funny when he pinch ran. I was saying I'd rather have Tyler Wade pinch run because I've seen him run before, but that's unfair to Mike Talkman because I've never seen him run before.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was our annual opening series game of Good All Right or Waiting, and this was our first episode series recap. Thank you guys for listening. Rate, subscribe. If anyone doesn't subscribe, if you've listened to a couple episodes and you haven't subscribed yet, do that. And then if you want to leave us a 5-star review and rating or whatever it is, do that. And we will be back tomorrow with our voicemail episode. If you want to call in, it's 908-845-5792. Did I get that right, Jake?
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine, brother.
908-845-5792. Tigers tomorrow. Catch us on the pregame show on talkingyanks.com or jomboymedia.com or on any of the social medias. We post links to it. We will be that'll be live around 5 tomorrow. Go Yankees. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.
Did you send me a link to the chat?
Yeah. Someone said, Spike said that all of our awards went to the Rockies players.
New guys.
Yeah.
Not Talkman.
Not Voigt either.
Not Paxton.
Paxton got your pride.
I know. Not a Rockies player.
You can't do that, Sam. What are you, a dumb idiot?
Oh, boy.
He waits for me to open the door, right? Okay, this is what just happens all the time. Zim waits for me to open the door, and he just puts his head. Here's what's the best way to do this for you? This is the door. It opens like this, okay?
Okay.
Maybe I'll do this one. He puts his head here, like in the crack, his nose in the crack. So then I open the door, and it's just stuck on his face.
You pinch his nose?
He won't move.
That's on you.
I do it. No, I do it very, very slight.
That's a charge.
And usually he knows to move.
He was planted there. That's offensive, man.
He's so dumb these days. What episode is this? 249?
Whatever happened to
predictability? How's the Patreon doing? Who won? Who won the Patreon contest? How many runs did the Yankees score? Yeah.
the series?
Yeah.
We got what? 7, 5, and 3? So that's 15?
15. Okay. So, congrats on 250, boys. Oh, our next episode is the 250th tomorrow night. Someone had to guess 15, right?
You tell me.
I'm going to go look at it. We also need to find out who scored the most runs on the Yankees. That's easy, because there's only been so many games. Aaron Judge scored the most runs. Fuck, I feel like there's going to be a lot of 15 and Judge.
Aaron who?
All right, I'm looking now. Does anyone
Bird also scored 3 runs. So Bird and Judge.
He did?
Just going by the stat sheet.
Oh, this Baseball Reference hasn't updated. So Bird and Judge. Are we gonna have a winner here? How's this gonna work? Okay. No 15s yet. 15 Guardy. So Shane Bodkin's in the running. Shane, you better hope no one else guessed 15. I don't know if Shane's in here. Sometimes he is. Riveting. Oh, Benjamin Whaley. Ben Whaley has Judge and 15. Shane, you got booped. Ooh, Will. Will was in here, but he has Stanton. So, Will, you're not available to win. Suck it. 15 Glaber. Nice, Jake. One winner. Ben Whaley won.
Look at that.
Always nice when our competitions work out. Yeah, I couldn't believe only one dude had the highest amount of points in the series, the fantasy series.
Nice.
It was like a 15-way tie for second. But because he had Sessa, he's got the sole lead spot. But that lasts for a whole month. What's everyone's mood in the chat? Are we still upset about this series and these games? That's the thing about baseball, and that's the thing about Twitter that sucks. Because you'll tweet something when you're in it, and you'll be out of that feeling like an hour later. But you still have to. People will still be like, "Yo, dude, calm down." You're like, "Well, I'm calm now. I get it. I wasn't calm then." You know what I mean? Like, Twitter should be nothing but live time.
Whoa.
You shouldn't be able to scroll back on someone's tweet and be like, "Yo, calm down." Like, well, that was yesterday. I'm calm.
I'll talk to Twitter.
Don't talk to Twitter. We got anything else we gotta say? You guys want to talk about anything?
I don't know. Will with the good outlook. 159 to go.
Dude, the Orioles suck though.
I don't know, man. Jimmy, I've got a theory that you can lean into that's partially your theory. Like, know how you talked about, like, the Orioles were supposed to be, like, kind of good? Like, they had Zach Britton, Chris Davis, could have still been okay, Adam Jones, Gossman, like, Machado, all those guys. Like, the Orioles went into spring training last year, like, thinking they could compete, and then everything fell apart, so they basically quit, which is, like, the biggest losing team ever. Dude, this is a formula for winning. A bunch of young guys with nothing to lose. Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this Johns guys goes out, throws 79 bullets today.
They're like it's like the Rays from last year. There was a grievance filed against the Tampa Bay Rays by the league. It's that the league said, "Hey, you're not trying to win," and they filed a grievance and won 90 games because it was like, no expectations. Let's go out there and fuck around.
Yeah, try your hardest, do your best. Like, I don't know.
Dude, how about Cone? In the chat, they're talking about Chris Davis. How about Cone saying there's like, what was the quote? There's like rock bottom.
Oh, there's rock bottom, then there's Chris Davis, yeah.
Jeez. Cone was getting spicy after the rain delay. They were like, because he came at CB Buckner too. What a terrible ump crew.
Yeah.
Because that California dude with the hair from the game 2 or whatever, like he was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, CB Buckner.
Weird looking guy.
Paulie O is getting me good with the like, yeah, he knows I'm in the booth. He's going to kick me out of here.
That was good. If Chris Davis, oh no, that's my tweet. There's bottoming out and then there's Chris Davis.
Yeah.
Jesus, Cone.
That's no joke.
Oofs. Eat some dinner. We got to do. I was going to ask you about the games, but we'll do that tomorrow. NCAA. All right. John Wheeler's going to the game tomorrow. Hey man, have fun. Fucking
let's go. The
opener and then Domingo Herman. So I
They
don't
still
know
haven't
about that.
said, right?
But they didn't use Chad or Holder today. But then they got Chad up, which was that was like pissing me off, man.
Yeah.
Like you didn't use your good guys when it was a one-run game because you're trying to save them and the opener tomorrow. And then Canely walks the bases loaded, and then you just get those guys up. Like this pissed me off. What are we doing? What are you doing?
Yeah. No, it's bad. I don't know. I think like having Britton up and throwing and then you gain a run and you don't bring him in, like I need that explained.
They asked Boone, and he just said some like, at the beginning of the season, we're going to have to use our
that's
guys.
not an answer. You brought him up. You were going to bring him in a 2-run game potentially. And now it's a 1-run game. I mean, that's not first week of the season stuff. Like that's not an excuse. Like that's just bizarre.
Yeah. No, it makes no sense. And I'm mad about it. That's why when Canely had those bases loaded and Chad Green started getting up, that's when I tweeted out that tweet that everyone's like laughing at me now for. Like, I don't want to be as upset as I am right now. And I know that I'll look at myself tomorrow and say, you were too upset. But it was like, now we get Chad up. So we've had every good reliever up, but we haven't used them? What are we? We should have said this on the fucking podcast.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to just be angry. There are some things to be angry about. It's the thing about Twitter too, man. Like people always knock me, like you never say anything bad. Because if I do, the replies piss me off.
You feed the
beast. Even if they're like so I typed out like 20 tweets and I just deleted them all. Because I was like, I don't want to look at the replies to this. It's fucking gross. All right. That curveball that Voit just took with bases loaded and 2 outs, that was pretty frustrating.
Not good.
All right, patrons. We'll see you tomorrow for voicemail and like news, I think. But we're not going to talk about the game that happens. We didn't even try and record the voicemail.
If it applies well to a voicemail.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. See you later.